Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another episode of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Edition. This is Doom Jester, and we'll be playing some more today. As you'll notice, I look a little bit different. I am wearing the Elite Knight set. For those of you who don't know, I don't even know why I say that anymore, you can get it from this fellow over here, Moughlin, Mauglin, Hooligan. And
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin.
Moglin.
I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
So he'll offer these various armors in the beginning. Nothing real great. Let's see, infantry. Yeah, nothing real great. But eventually he does offer other gear that you get from killing bosses and all that. Or just other items in general.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here? Well, I do hope I see you again.
So yeah, this fellow is neat and all. I probably won't be buying much for him, considering I have the vast majority of the sets that I'm ever going to get, or the pieces of armor that I will get. And as you notice, I changed my armor. I have come to the conclusion that I am going to try out different armor, different weapons, for those who aren't familiar with the game, so that they can see different things, or if you even are, but just haven't tried different stuff out. So currently we have the Elite Knight set. I've upgraded it a chunk. It was my original armor, so it's decently leveled, but then I stopped using it. I also have the Royal Kite Shield. I picked that up recently. If you don't know about it, in the right side, you'll see all the numbers and all that. You'll have two columns. The one at the upper right is the has the shield with the sword going towards it, and it has 100. It's 100%. It blocks 100% of just damage, normal damage. There's no chip damage that you get from it, with the exception of other weapons that do chip damage, like rapiers and all that. And then you'll also notice all the other stats that it blocks. So that's the Royal Kite Shield. It's a shield you can get somewhat early on. There are others. You can get the Drangleic shield rather early as well, different stats as you'll notice. And you can get the Silver Eagle Kite Shield. A little less chip damage protection, but it also weighs a little bit less and has other protection. But that's probably because I upgraded it to +1. And then I'll also be using a Dark Longsword, a very simple, plain, yet handy sword. This was essentially the setup with the Drangleic shield instead of the Royal Kite one that I used in the very beginning. And I had a different bow, of course. I also have these three same rings, and I traded the Vanquisher's ring out for the Ring of Blades, which increases your damage. So, let's get back to it. We're going to hide. Okay, I needed a double check. So Hyde's Tower, if you're new here, what I did, as I brought up in previous episode, the first thing I did was I went to Hyde's Tower. I was lost, I didn't know where I was going, I forgot where things were, but I don't really regret it. It was a good way to level up and get some decent souls, which made everything else easier when I went back to the Forest of the Fallen Giant. There we go. That will come up later, by the way. You don't have to worry about that quite yet. Alright. So yeah, as I brought up, I'm going to explain a little bit more. I'm going to change my armor and weapons out. I'll try some things out, but if I hit a wall at all, I'll stop using it. And you'll find an item here. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, if for whatever reason I hit a wall, I'll switch things out, try something that I'm familiar with. There'll be some armors that I'll try out that I'm not going to have upgraded at all. So they won't be as good as my other armors. But that's alright. If I'm going to use a weapon though, I probably will try to upgrade it. If it requires twinkling titanite, that's a different matter entirely. If you don't know, different weapons require different stones to upgrade them, and twinkling titanite is a lot rare. So you'll notice this guy in front of me. The first time you come here, he will not be wandering about. This is only because I've killed one of the bosses here already. Didn't quite roll out of that one. Notice how I lost a chunk of stamina from his attacks? Oh, okay, he killed himself. That is because the shield isn't so good. Actually, I may as well explain that too. Well, 50 stability? Okay, yeah, 80, 70. So it only has 50 stability, which is in the bottom right hand corner. At the very bottom, you have the 4.0 to 4.0, that's the weight. Above it is the durability, which is 58 of 60 right now, and then you have above that 50 to 50. The 50 is the stability, which I don't know the exact details on it, but it determines how well it can, how well it blocks essentially. Great shields have a lot more stability, which means they take up less stamina to block hits, but they weigh more. Things like that. I'm actually not used to losing this much stamina from my shield though. It's funny how because I've been using the same sets for a while, and I frequently just use the king shield. But when you get used to something, it's strange how much that affects you. Alright. But yeah, when you first come here, you don't have to worry about these knights in white, the hide knights, at all. They'll be sitting around doing nothing, lazing about. All you have to worry about is fighting the big guys, which aren't that hard. They can be. The only ones I ever had trouble with were the hammer ones and then the greatsword. Those two are a little bit more difficult, just because they do so much damage. You can avoid them, but... And as you notice with the hide knights, honestly the easiest thing to do is just circle strafe and then stab them in the back. And sometimes you do crazy things like that. Ah, yes, the hide knight set. I'll probably show that one off later on too. And then this guy. Oh. Okay. I rolled out of that one. Eventually I'll explain invincibility frames and all that too, because that's kind of important. I rolled the wrong one. And you'll see that depending on which direction they're swinging, they can still hit you if you roll. So, I mean, I will play sloppily, but that is alright. You, however, may not want to. Come on, fall off, fall off. Nope. That's okay. Frequently it can actually get them to fall off the edge. See, this is why the sword and shield folks aren't too bad. Yeah. Now I'm worried about falling off. Okay. Wasn't holding my shield. That is alright. Ah, pale stone. So, when you first come here, pull this lever. Yeah, pull this lever. It'll help you with that boss that is over that way. It's very important if you want to make it easier on yourself. If you're trying to challenge yourself, by all means, go ahead and don't pull this lever. There's another one over there. You'll right there. That's another one. So, yeah, I recommend pulling those. I didn't do it the first time. I regretted it. He's a very sad fellow, and that is alright. Now, this room. On New Game Plus, there will be another old knight. He'll be standing right there. He and the one in the middle will both attack you. I recommend just running back, and if you have a bow, shoot them with a bow. Try to kill one of them, and then if you don't have a bow though, instead just try to hit one and then roll away, things like that. Oh, the High Knight is coming. And that's another thing, because the High Knights are roaming about, it's a little bit more dangerous. Just a little bit more. You'll also notice that I'm online, hence all the blood stains, the messages, and all that. It actually connected. It was great, it was good, it was awesome. Whoop. There we go. Now be careful when you're behind them to have your shield up as well, because they do a quick slash behind them, like that. That's why you saw the other one do a 360 stab in the back. They're not difficult, but you can be killed by them. They do hit hard. Most of the enemies actually hit hard here. Now you notice, I wasn't paying attention. You notice when I have my shield up, my stamina regens slower, and then when I bring it down, it regens faster. Yeah. See, stuff like that. That's why you want a shield for these guys, honestly. Personally. Man. I'm so out of practice with this set. I'm actually used to hitting harder, but look how many times I can swing. That is an excessive amount. But it does you no good if you don't hit hard. Alright, so these guys on the side will not attack you until either you kill this guy or you try to run by them. This guy hits really hard, but he has little to no health. Okay, swing. And kill. Now this next part I recommend, if you don't have the High Knight over here, to run this way, and then the other knight will go back. For whatever reason, the other knight doesn't like to go this way. However, if you run backwards or go the other way, both of them will still come after you. And you can go around to the right, by the way. I just prefer going left. There's actually various enemies that you can outmaneuver by, well, you can just circle strafe, stay in tight, go right, go left, things like that. You'll figure them out as you play. Now, I also want to show something real quick, and I may be invaded during this, because this is an invasion area. But alright, so this guy, he'll swing once. If you stay too close to this side, well, to either side, honestly, he can still hit you with his, yeah, this part. He can still hit you with that. I apparently am too short, and he can't hit me, though. See, that's the wonder of staying in close. There are enemies you don't want to stay close to, however. Those come later. And dead. Alright. And let's go get this High Knight real quick, too. Now, you can sneak up behind somebody. The less stuff you're wearing, and then the slower you move, the more likely you are to sneak up on somebody. However, I'm not very well practiced in it. I'm more of a brawler sort of person. And you can frequently get another hit in on somebody when they're getting up. Don't try it with players though, because I'm pretty certain they get invincibility frames during that. Like here, I could probably kill. Yep. All done. And let's go on to this hammer fellow. Now, when you first get here, the High Knight will actually be sitting in front of that chest. I definitely recommend killing this guy over here first. Nope. He's got homing hammer. See, it's better to wait for him to do the full swing. Yeah, like that, which he conveniently did 3 times in a row. Sometimes they won't do that. They have like a fast swing set, and then they have a heavy swing set, which is, may sound kind of weird to say, but the heavy one's the one you want to wait for, because then you'll have a chance to attack him. It isn't as fast. But yeah, once you kill him, you can kill the High Knight. He'll come across this, and then you fight him. Then you can go across. And I believe this has the Ring of Binding, which is a ring that is really handy for when you first play, or even if you're still playing, because it reduces how much. Well, actually, I may as well just look at the ring. Ring of Binding. It is that one. Limits HP reduction when hollow. Here, we can read that real quick. Okay. So that is a handy little ring. It can reduce how many human effigies you need to use, because eventually your health will get down to 50%. It's terrible. But if you have this ring on, it means you can only go down to 75%, which is a lot better than 50 if you're trying to preserve your human effigies or you don't have any. Now this here is where you find the Dragon Rider boss. He is a swell fellow. He has a shield and a halberd. He's not that difficult to fight. You can essentially just circle around him and roll to avoid various hits. Yeah, there's nothing else much really to him. I mean, he drops his soul, and I don't think he drops anything else. Then you can go up here, you'll find a bonfire, and you'll find this lady here. Yeah. No. Yeah? No. She is I can't remember her name. Agatha, Katha, Kutha, Alula. She plays a role later on, back in on the route here.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the cost of it, that's for your heart to decide.
So,
I'd heard awful rumors about this place, and I'm afraid they were all true. The king, gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy. I fear that, by now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles. Why did I come here? Well... do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world.
For a price.
And such is my only wish. Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well, I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude. I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon. To a place I could help the gullible by teaching the good word.
Yeah, no, I don't really like her. So she'll sell you a Cleric's Sacred Chime, which you can pick up in the very beginning, as I showed earlier. And the Ring of Prayer, which increases faith, probably by like 5 or something. Yeah, it's a handy ring if you need it. And then a bunch of spells. Heal, med heal. I probably should get that. I don't have it. Yeah, why not? Great heal excerpt. Same as great heal, but less. Wait, what? This is weird. Okay, uses 14. So it's less than great heal and only has one use. So I'm not doing that. Gradually restores, I don't have that either. Have resplendent life. Caressing prayer. Yeah, may as well pick it up. Force, I don't have it. I have the other one. Lightning spear, I have a lightning spear. This is the other one. I have the great one, don't I? Yeah, may as well. And I don't really need that. So there we go. I got some more spells.
May the power of miracles be with you.
But yeah, I don't like her just because
Offer your souls to the gods.
She's price gouging you. There is an area that I will not be going to yet, or anytime in the foreseeable future. That'd be like wrapping up stuff. I just don't like the area. I mean, it's not really difficult, but it's not really fun either. So let's go this way. Let's have a life gem. Life gems, I actually don't know the exact amount of health they restore. I don't know if it's a percentage of health. It seems like it is, because I've used them on lower level characters with less health, and it doesn't restore as much, so I presume it could be time based as well. Well, it is time based. Yeah, whatever. It regens your health over time. Now, over here, these guys will all be sitting down, however, they will get up to attack you. So if you have a bow, I recommend using it, trying to draw either one of them away. I just take care of this guy first so I can fight the other one over there. And backstab. It's one of those things I was actually thinking about. I felt like parrying was easier in the first Dark Souls, and then backstabs were easier in this Dark Souls 2. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but it's based on my experiences and how well I was able to do either of them. See, because the window's really big here. Like, I can stab him off to his shoulder blade area, and it'll still backstab him. It'll activate the animation. All that fun stuff. Parrying, however, I felt was a lot easier. But maybe the enemies were easier to predict. And swing, swing. See, like right now I'm playing a very dangerous game, being right next to the edge. So you can always just draw them back. It is recommended if you have any doubts. See that backswing, that can still hit you. And he dropped old Knight Gauntlets. But yeah, so there'll be an item over here. I don't remember what it is, honestly. I think it's a Divine Blessing if I recall, but there will be an item there. It's meant for healing and restoring spell uses. Or maybe it cures you of afflictions, I don't remember. And then this spear guy. See, funny things like that happen with the High Knights. I thoroughly enjoy this area. This is where I used to grind a lot, so I'm very familiar with the attack sets of my enemies. No, until they start doing things like that. See, that's your chance to backstab. And I'm going to have an Estus, just in case, because knowing my luck, I'll do something silly. Now you can just wait for that move. And I recommend if for whatever reason like you fail to hit them how you want to hit them, then get away as fast as you can, or else they will hit you real fast and real hard. Sounds like the beginning of a bad scenario. Now I'm probably making this more difficult by fighting them on the stairs, but yeah, whatever. And then I'll finish them off. So, if you're on, well, any game actually, I'm sorry, you'll find a dragon up here. personally, I do not recommend going up here and going that way and trying to hit him with your sword. At this point, I would definitely recommend getting a bow and arrow if you haven't. You can get the short bow from Leningras's shop, and then you can buy an infinite amount of wood arrows. It'll take a while, but you can do it. So then you'll end up, he'll be right there. You can shoot him, Ben, I'm drawing an arrow. You can shoot him in this area, roughly. And then he'll eventually get up, and he'll start walking over. You can shoot him maybe another time or two. Then he'll fly up in the air, and then he'll shoot a fireball. If you're standing here, I would recommend moving from where you were. Sprinting away, rolling away a bunch. Sprinting would probably be your best bet. And the fireball will hit. It'll do a ton of damage. If it hits you, it'll knock you down. However, you can shoot him from here, or from over here as well. Right there, I believe you can see his wing. Let's see if my arrow goes through. So you can shoot him right here. It'll take a little bit longer, but it's a more guaranteed, safer spot. He's not likely to hit you with his fireball as far as I know. And you'll eventually kill him, and he'll drop I believe he drops, well, I don't remember which ring he drops. He may drop the chloranthal ring. No, that was in a chest, wasn't it? He drops some sort of ring, and then he drops a shield, which is the Watch Dragon Parma. I already have one, so I put the other one in my box, keeping it out of the way. Now, if you're in New Game Plus, though, you'll find a fellow up here. He is I believe it's called a Black Phantom. You'll fight him. He can be difficult, but it's not terribly bad. And then you'll pull this lever, and then this bridge will drop down. You can go up here, and there will be two more. I recommend drawing one away. He'll gladly oblige. You can kill him, and then you can kill his compatriot. Yep, no idea what was in that chest. So this is another boss room. You'll go in through it, and you'll find the old Dragon Slayer. A rather nice fellow. I found him easy to fight, but then I've been playing a lot, so he moves relatively fast, but he's simple. He doesn't have a very extensive combat set. He'll hit, he'll charge at you, he'll flip back, he'll do an AoE thing that you get away from. Sadly, I won't be able to show it to you. And then you'll meet this guy. He won't mean much to you until you have a token of fidelity. So until then, he won't do anything for you, but...
You are a wandering transient. Do you rescind your ways and seek honor as an apostle of blue?
He allows you to join the Blue Sentinels, which is nice and all. It's a PvP thing. Or you can... sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now. It's a PvP thing, and it allows you to help other players, or I'm pretty certain it allows you to attack other players who attack other players, which is kind of silly, but neat. Then you'll find these two chests, which you'll open, and it's all good and dandy. Then you can go down here. It's a little bit of a run, but it's not too bad. And you'll find a bonfire. Excellent, huh? Alright. So that's Hyde's Tower of Flame and the Cathedral of Blue, all done. Now we need to go to the Lost Bastille. Lost Bastille. So to do that, we're going to go to the Cardinal Tower. You'll find out why in a second. And I think I'll actually change my set now, instead of running with this the entire time. So let's go, and I may get invaded during this too. Let's use the Alva set. You can also get this from Moglin. It's a neat little set. It's a lot lighter than some others. It's lighter than the Elite Knight set for sure. And let's use the broadsword. And let us use the Drangleic shield. So yes, this set you can get from Moglin. It's a decent set. It's pretty good. And actually, let's go down this way. So from the bonfire, you can go down this ladder, and then you can kill these fellows here. The halberdier. Alright, let's go. I almost hit him, but not really. And see, that's, if you'll notice my health bar didn't take much damage. That is both from having an upgraded armor, and then from, well, yeah, no, having an upgraded armor. That's really about it. There'll be 2 spear folks here from before, if you don't remember them. I probably could just tank the hits, but why get hit if you don't have to and all that? Shield break. And then I kill him. Alright. Hollow soldier shield. That is like one of the it was one of the shields that you can get in the very beginning, the hollow soldier shield in Dark Souls, and it was a really good shield. I don't know if it's, I think it was actually 100% block, so you didn't take chip damage. I recommend killing this guy as fast as you can, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit because this guy shows up. He jumps down from up there, and it can be a detriment. It's not terrible, but these guys do hit hard. And let's go up here now. Now, because it's New Game Plus, there'll be a red guy here. Or a black phantom. I don't remember what they're called, honestly. I think of them as red because they look like red, but they may be black phantoms. And then you'll find these 2 guys. Honestly, if you're starting out, just draw this one away and then stab him in the back a couple times. And then you fight the arrow guy. The archer. I don't know why I'm calling him an arrow guy. Now, if you happen to remember, back next to the Cardinal Tower bonfire, there was that platform, which I brought up. That's where you can fight the pursuer, the giant guy who comes down with a bird. And if you don't kill him, or if you run away, if you jump off the platform immediately, or even during the fight, this will be a fog gate. Once you go through, you'll find the pursuer, and then you could fight him. It is terrible. It is... A lot of people find it to be a really hard fight, and I guess it is when you're new to the game and all that, you don't have the experience of it. But he's not that bad, but again, experience and all that, it makes a difference. You can kill these 2 guys who are killing this tree. And let's pick up this item. These, well, it's not really a tree. It's a giant with a tree. These are important later. They'll make another showing. So when you get up here, you can also drop down here, head off to the right, near where all those bloodstains are, and you'll find the Drangleic set. A neat set and all. The only thing I really found valuable was the shield. That's because I prefer to be with lighter armors and to be able to move faster. So when I got it, I wasn't really invested in it, and it takes Twinkling Titanite to upgrade, which is rare from the beginning of the game. So then you'll come up to this bird's nest. This may or may not be familiar to folks from Dark Souls, but you examine it and this happens. A random, gigantic eagle, I presume, carries you away. I know, it's pretty great, huh? And then it'll drop you over here. And luckily you don't take fall damage because you rolled. Welcome to the Lost Bastille. So you'll find these 2 chests right here, which will have, one will have a dull ember, which is very important, and the other one has something else that I can't even think of. Boss ahead, huh? So you'll go over here, and you'll go, oh no, the way is blocked. How do I get past? Well, you go this way. I know, it's kind of shady, but it's alright, I assure you. Then you'll find this room here, nothing too special. There's a neat thing you can do with that barrel, which may or may not damage you, depending. Yeah, damage them. But you can drop it down, it'll explode, it'll hit other barrels, and it'll... Well, in previous games, it'll kill these dogs. However, this time it won't. Because I'm on New Game Plus. Alright. Now, I don't really need to be this overly cautious, it's just dogs, but I feel like it. No, that was the wrong thing. I was trying to jump and hit him. Okay. And then this room. I've already done this. So, I mean, you won't be able to see it, but you'll go up here. It'll look like a normal room. Then you go to this chest, you'll open it up, it has something in it, and then a gigantic shadowy person will show up, who is the Pursuer. Again, it's not too bad, but it is the Pursuer. And he'll be a little bit different. He'll actually use magic. He'll use shadow magic. It's very easy to avoid. You just run up next to him and get behind him, or just actually beside him, honestly. And none of the attacks will hit you. So he's not that difficult again, and he'll drop a Twinkling Titan, which is valuable in the early game. Now these guys, I don't think you can stun them. But you can kill them relatively quick, just stay away from their attacks. Now in here you'll find a chest, and you'll find a Lucatiel of Mira. She's a rather nice person. And she'll help you out later on with certain bosses. If you complete 2 of the 3 boss fights that she's available for, she'll actually give you her set, and it'll continue her storyline, all that good stuff. I have not actually done it yet. I know, surprise, but it's just, I've never really been interested in the set, and it wasn't really... I rarely do summons for bosses. I may or may not this time, but I don't know. So, up here you'll notice that there is a ladder. You can go up it by doing this. I don't know if I've actually done this yet. And up here you'll find a place to light a torch. I don't know if it does anything, and then you'll find some loot. They may have been shards, I don't remember honestly. Yeah. Actually, let's go up here. Even though he probably spawned there. Okay. Okay, so I'm lagging. As you notice, I am lagging severely. That was very strange. I don't know what's going on. And this is the neat thing about having a lighter weapon, that you can swing so much. You can just stun lock people. Well, that went surprisingly well. However, I do trace that. Sorry, Tracer, I'm sorry. I do blame that on latency. I don't know if it was bad on his end or if it was bad on my end, but that was pretty bad. So that happened. Let's see. That actually went very well. I'm surprised. So this... So that barrel, you can blow it up, it hits them, it does a chunk of damage. This guy, you can also, well, you probably can't if you are on your new game, but you can hit these barrels, which will blow up, and damage him. I will note though, however, he can hit the barrels and they will blow up, and they will damage you. Alright, I'm just going back this way. He can... I'm not going to be dancing on the edge with him after I just survived Tracer attack. Oh, he hit me. See, it does a chunk of damage. Admittedly, I don't have the highest fire resistance, but that's what happens when I hit your shield. There's something up with this fellow. He doesn't feel like doing anything today. Look at him. He doesn't want to fight me. He's scared. He just wants to throw fireballs. Here, swing, swing, swing. This reminds me of somebody who did a parody of Dark Souls. That is what that felt like. So, now at this point, you can go over here to the left. You can cross that. You can fight them. You can roll off and get back on the path. This is the path that I need to take to continue the story. Well, not really a story. But this is the path I do need to take to continue along. I have not made it past there. There's a fellow who was petrified. I would use the fragrant branch of yore. However, until then, I would recommend first going this way. It's not necessarily a shortcut, but it does help. Alright, let's kill this guy real quick. Nope, too bad. Oh, he dropped something. What did he drop? A twilight herb. So, now you'll notice this barrel. He may or may not push it down. If you can at all, keep him from hitting or pushing the barrel. You'll then push it forward. It'll roll down the stairs, and it may or may not end up against the wall. It may or may not blow up. And let's shoot it real quick. If it blows up, which is the lucky occurrence, then you are set. It'll open this wall to a bonfire, which you can then rest at, and it'll open this area, which leads you to...
I ought to fetch a new ember. Flame, dear flame.
Steady Hand McDuff, I forgot his name actually, who allows you to infuse your weapons with various elements. I actually have all my elemental stones sitting in my chest right now. He can reinforce much like Lenegrast, and he can repair as well as Lenegrast, and he sells his own set of items, like the Royal Kite Shield, which I was using, various bows, great axes. He sells the Uchi, if you enjoy the Uchi, and a bastard sword. All very good stuff. And he sells infinite iron arrows, which I'm going to buy some right now. And amongst other arrows too. So, he's really handy, and large titanite shards. I keep forgetting these things. So, he's a nice fellow.
Flame, dear flame.
He's the one you give the dull ember to. He'll be sitting over here, and you can open these chests right here, and he'll eventually move over this way. That's if you light this torch, he'll end up at this anvil. Otherwise, he'll stay here, sitting at this bench for all eternity. Wait, I want to try something. Hey, I'm stuck too. I am stuck. I shouldn't have done it. That's alright. So then we'll fast travel back to this bonfire and continue on. Alright. This is going pretty well. I like how this is going. I'm all the way at this bonfire. Jeez. So, nope, wrong bonfire. Oh, jeez, man. Okay, it was going good. Now I don't know. I don't know anymore. Back to the loading screen. So, McDuff's workshop. I'm used to there being all the bonfires available, so there would be another one there. However, there isn't. Alright. So, let's go this way, fight these guys. I don't think it would blow up, but I want to be safe rather than sorry. You can open this with, I think, the Bastille key. I keep it closed. That's because I get invaded there very often when I go visit a Steady Hand McDuff. Alright, he's dead. A lingering flame. What is that? That doesn't look familiar to me. A lingering flame. Is that a spell? Oh, it is. Huh. Neat. I mean, I already had it apparently, but I forgot about it, obviously. So in here, you'll see a bunch of fellows. Well, you'll see one in particular. You can get some damage in on him by shooting him in the head. If you happen to have anything that can shoot. And you possibly could shoot this guy too, maybe? No? I'm evening the odds. Possibly. I don't know if that's actually somebody or not. Nope, that is a wall. And I think I'll save those barrels. See, it's always neat having a bow that shoots fire because it makes your life a lot easier. You don't have to buy the fire arrows. Oh man, he almost went off the edge. You can knock him off by having those barrels explode. Oh, the jukes. The jukes. Alright, let's go up here. Let us see. I'm still trying to decide if I want to not do commentary for other videos later on, or if I will. A little bit indecisive on that. Really? Man. See, this is the sort of stuff where I get annoyed because I want to go and do stuff, but then I'm getting attacked constantly. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, okay. See, that sort of stuff that happens. I mean, if I wanted to beat them, I probably shouldn't have been in that sort of situation. But I would like to continue on through the story, and I'm not allowed to. I don't mind PvP, but when I'm trying to make progress, especially during a video. I was one of those where I never really worried about it. I was like, oh, it's inconvenient, yeah, but whatever. But now that I'm actually recording, I could see how it's a pain, because that's like another 2 minutes. I have to go through all this again. I could see the frustration. Here, swing at me. Ah, okay. No, swing. Nope. They rolled down. It's too late. You know, what you saw there was an excellent trick of me rolling over the barrel of his pike, whatever. I don't care. Hey, no, okay. I almost thought I knocked him off the edge. And he just started walking away, because barrels are exploding, and that is alright. Yep, it seems that's what he thinks. Oh, this is terrible. I kind of feel bad for this guy. Just like, oh, whatever. I guess it's a barrel exploding. Oh, he doesn't even care. Yep. Well, that went strangely well. Oh, I have never gotten that before either, as far as I know. So yeah, that's the first death. Yeah, it is? No, it isn't. Yes, it is. First death. So you get to your bloodstain, hopefully, and then you can recover your souls. I know, it's great. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Actually, I want to see what this is. Great machete. It's probably over here. Oh, yep, over here. That's interesting. I mean, it looks neat and all, but I don't think I'll probably end up using it. Back to the broadsword. Alright. So yeah, you can... I don't think I've ever gotten that from them before. But maybe I just got rid of the damn one. Nope, I missed. That was terrible. Did you see how close I was, but how close I wasn't? Alright, dead. And then let's cross this way. You can fall, by the way. Try not to. Oh, I didn't shoot the other guys. Whatever. And can I shoot that? I can. Excellent. So that's one way you can get some damage on them before they come out. And you're about to see what I'm talking about. And when you use a fragrant branch, it'll free these people, but they are still alive. You will have to hit them to kill them. I forgot they have invincibility frames until they stand up. Alright, excellent. And then you can open this door. Which... Come on, dry arrow, dry arrow. Nope. Well, I hit somebody, that is alright. Now this will be a lot more difficult when you first start out. And I tried picking up that item, which would have been very bad. It'll be a lot more difficult the first time. Oh, look at that great sword. Okay, so yeah, I just happen to be well equipped for it. I can deal with this sort of stuff that happens. And that would be the person I believe that would shoot in the head if he was still around. Well, I mean, if I had shot him originally and didn't die, he would be the guy who would have his head shot with an arrow. There we go. I think that's good enough. And that is a jumping attack. Alright, so which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. Well, maybe not. Nope. Nope. And that went well. Because this guy was so confused he didn't know what to do. Alright. Is this the way I want to go? I don't... No, I don't want to go this way, because that leads to a boss, and I don't want to fight the boss quite yet. Due to time constraints and all that. I actually want to go down here. Alright, let us... These guys, you can shoot that. I believe he'll freak out and then he'll blow up. If you walk next to it, he'll freak out and blow up as well. Unless he doesn't want to. No? What if I hit up there? I may as well just destroy it, but... Ah, missed. That's alright. So, this area is in Bastille still. I don't know why I'm even bringing that up. I'm at a loss for words, that's why. It's a little bit earlier than what I would frequently record at, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to it. Here, blow up. No? Hey. Okay. Is he gonna blow up when I walk away? Oh. I wanted to read the message here. Let's pick those up. Yeah, how about now? What's over here? A trap. What kind of trap? I am lost. It's been so long since I've been through here. So let's go up the ladder. Tracer again? Really? Tracer, why? So Royal Swordsman that way, nothing that way, except for the fog gate. Actually, I may just fight the boss. And And somebody will blow up, I think. No? Yes? No? You know, I don't think I'm going to do the summit. I'm trying to decide if I want to stay here for this or if I want to go through the fog gate. You can go through the fog gate, which will cancel out invaders or people who are assisting you. Let's do this. I want to change my set for this. Let's get the King Shield. Let's get a different weapon. Actually, to continue my challenge, my self-inflicted challenge, I'm going to take the Vanquisher's Seal. This will probably be a terrible idea. I do not recommend this. But let's do this. Yeah. Mercy X is dying. Now, if you can, kill this fellow up here first. And don't let them drop off. It is a pain to kill all 3 of them down there. I actually got lucky and one of them glitched out and just stood there, which allowed me to kill the other one. Oh, okay. Joy. Great. Actually, I probably could have just stayed up there and he would have dropped down. Yep. Okay. This is great. I've actually had practice fighting these guys. I actually had to grind the. I don't know why I'm saying actually so much. I had to grind the Rune Sentinels in the castle, which we'll see later on, in order to get the Rune Sentinel set. Neat set and all, I just kind of got it for kicks. So I'm familiar with fighting them, and they're not terrible, but it's easier if you don't have to fight all of them at once or at the same paces. It's essentially their field. I remember the first time I fought them, it was a pain. I died so many times, it was annoying. But eventually I managed to beat them. It was great, it was good, I felt good about myself. Rolling is a really good friend in this, because some of their hits will drain most of your stamina, or they'll do things like that. That is actually the best time to attack them, and you're especially lucky if they both do it. Ow, okay. The neat thing is they're relatively docile compared to some other bosses. But you can roll out of most of their attacks. And this is actually a really good thing to learn, because you will find yourself fighting multiple enemies. Oh, that's kind of neat. I didn't know they can hit their own shields out of the air. But you will fight multiple enemies simultaneously. This is actually really good practice. And it's a good test because it's one of those things where Dark Souls, it seems that it sets itself up for like both equipment checks and then skill checks. So being able to handle multiple enemies, being able to actually fight said enemies, things like that. And they frequently come in the form of bosses because they prevent you from moving on to the next area without killing them. Now I actually don't know if you can open up the illusionary walls here during the boss fight, that is. But you probably could, and it would probably help out. I am not so worried about it. I prefer doing this. It's a little bit more time intensive, however it is effective. Now, see, you can roll out of a lot of hits. I admittedly have a lot more invincibility frames than what somebody early on would have. And that's a big thing. Like, I could hit them again, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Punch, punch, punch. Yeah. Okay, that went well. For whatever reason, the other one couldn't hit me. Okay, that's alright. I can take that. Once you get it down to 1, it's actually not so bad, unless for whatever reason you're out of healing items, you don't have a good shield, and you're not equipped to fight them properly. But once you learn, it's a lot of things. If once you learn the moveset, it can be a lot more manageable. As you'll notice, I'm just being a lot more aggressive with this last one. And dead. There you go. Rune Sentinels. And then a bunch of souls. So, what I brought up earlier about the illusionary walls, if you're not familiar, I don't remember which ones they are, but you can walk up to walls, and you can click A. This one has 12,000 votes, so I guess it's wrong. Unless, okay. So it's wrong. Which one? Visions of door. That one's a door. See, there will be troll messages like that, so do use your best judgment if you can. Like that one, message. You'll find stuff like that. Sure, some of them are fun, some of them can be annoying, and so on and so forth. Oh, look, a chest. I'm gonna punch it. I always recommend punching a chest, even if it is safe. A target shield. How great. That's my favorite shield. Nothing here. You'll notice that there's a pattern with the ones that have messages in front of them. Look carefully. A rusted coin, excellent. Let's see what's in the next one. Nope, nothing. And that is alright, I don't even care. So, I think that's all of them. There may be a couple more, but I'm not too worried about it. Let us go, not that one, this one I believe. Yeah. Let's go up this ladder, and we'll return to Majula, and we'll call it an end there. I'm a little bit over, but that is okay. It's only like 2 minutes. I don't think I've actually met a... No, never mind, I take that back. I was going to say a metal... Metal, the thing will come to mind. Mimicry, mimic, there we go. I don't know why I had to say mimicry to figure out mimic. Okay, and there actually is another one. Is it this one? Is it just not letting me go through because I keep reading the message? How about over here? Yeah, whatever. So we'll go this way. And fun message right here. Dwarf required a head. That is always there. For whatever reason, it is still there. I was going to say, and this one actually leads somewhere, doesn't it? Yeah, it's one of these enemies. Now these enemies can be annoying. They jump, they land, they blow up. It's annoying. They do a chunk of damage, but it's not terrible. Actually, I think he only shows up in New Game Plus, because I haven't seen him before. And what's over here? It's the upper floor. So you can, if I recall, there's a... something's up. Whatever. So you can go in through there, you'll come out through there, you can get that item. I'm not so worried about it. I'll be going this way. I'm gonna go this way and then move back. Will he blow up? Yeah. So next time, bonfire, excellent. I was gonna say I would come back here, but there is a bonfire. So we'll go to Majula and we'll call it an end there. That went surprisingly well. I think that's pretty good. I have continued my streak of only using my punching and my shield to kill the bosses. That's not bad all in all. I don't ever want to try to punch somebody to death in PvP. It is a little too laggy for me in order to succeed. So, we'll call it an end there. When we come back, I'll have a different armor on. I'll have a different weapon. It'll be great. It'll be fun. I see I'm turning to different phases to make up for my lack of depth when it comes to speaking right now. But I thank you all for watching. This is Doomjester signing off. I hope to see you all next time. No, whoa, I was about to say something that I shouldn't say. Goodbye.